welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley, if you didn't know. Hope you're doing well. As you can see by the title, today we are continuing the Halloween franchise with Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers. 1988, directed by Dwight H. Little. This is kind of one of the more, respected, loved installments of the franchise, at least from what I've seen. People really tend to enjoy this movie, and I'm no different. I really do adore this movie. It's not without its flaws, obviously, but I am really excited to be watching it with you guys today. I've got my Halloween shirt on. There's Loomis. There's the Myers house. It's from Creepy Company, in case you're wondering. And yeah, just a little note before I get into my commentary. I made a little list of movies that I haven't seen before that I thought might make good first-time reactions for the channel. Some of them were recommended to me by you guys in my past videos. Some of them I just know that I haven't seen yet, and I just figured why not watch them for the first time on the channel. So at the end of this video, I just kind of wanted to list them off and get your guys' feedback as to what should be my next video, because I really wanted my next video to be a first time watching type video, because I haven't done one of those on my channel yet. And yeah, so stick around if you would like to help me out with that. If not, no harm done. We're going to go ahead and get into Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers. Ugh, these opening titles, so unbelievably gorgeous. I swear, all of the opening credit sequences to the Halloween movies have been so beautiful so far. Just everything from the graphics to the music, which I should mention the music to Halloween 4 is Alan Howarth, who did the music with John Carpenter for Halloween 2 and 3. This score is obviously very different in this opening sequence. He didn't want to start the film with the Halloween theme, but this very spooky, atmospheric score works so well with the opening to this film. And then as the music goes on, you can kind of hear little hints of John Carpenter's theme come in. And in a minute, you get the full theme. Can't imagine how excited audiences were to watch this back in '88, because they finally got Michael back.
Hell of a night, huh? Real charmer. I'll take you down there. All right.
Sir, your teeth are concerning.
Jesus. Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place.
This guy's something else, I swear, but he's hilarious.
He murdered 16 people, maybe more, trying to get to his sister. But his doctor, of all people, shot him 6 times. Then he set him on fire.
So here we're just kind of getting like a short but sweet exposition. It's really well done, straight to the point, little recap of the story so far and the previous films. And we get pretty quickly into Michael, which is exciting.
All right, move him.
This whole opening sequence in the ambulance is like a perfect introduction to Michael again. And here we find out that he has a niece.
No, I still don't understand.
Damn! Awesome opening kill. Awesome. And there's Danielle Harris as Jamie. We'll find out here in a second. She is Laurie's daughter, Michael's niece. And there's Ellie Cornell's Rachel. I love the relationship between these two characters so much. And honestly, just the characters in this film in general are all pretty well written, and they're interesting enough to me anyways, compared to like 5, which I didn't give a shit about any of the characters in 5 other than Jamie and Rachel and Loomis, even though Loomis himself is a little questionable in part 5. I gotta be honest with you guys, I absolutely love this sequence right here. We find out in a second it's a dream sequence, but it is so creepy. It always creeped me out as a kid. I really do feel so bad for Jamie Lloyd, like just this character in general and all that she goes through. Oh my god. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about the mask. I'm gonna talk about the mask, of course. How can I not? I'm gonna talk about it in a moment when this scene is over. I do have thoughts on it, don't worry. So good. So good. That shot right there haunted my dreams for so long. I just hit my hand. Ow. Darlene? I always thought that was hilarious. So part 4, The Return of Michael Myers, is the first movie of the kind of Thorn trilogy, which is kind of its own little Halloween timeline, if you will. Personally, it's my least favorite timeline, I guess, of the series. But yeah, that's not to say I dislike 4 at all. I don't. I love part 4. Part 5, not so much. And I kind of have a soft spot for 6, which we'll get to it.
Hey, Queen.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about the mask in part 4 a little bit. So when they got the mask for this movie, they were pink. If you guys are a fan of the franchise, you probably know this piece of trivia, but the masks, they were pink and they had like blonde hair, like white hair. So they had to spray paint the face, the masks, and paint the hair black. And I don't know, because I remember even as a kid, me watching this movie, I could tell like the mask looked weird. It looked different and it didn't look as good as like part 1 and part 2, but it never like really bothered me that much. You know, like I always thought just, yeah, that's just how he looks in this one. That's just the part 4 mask. Because yes, the mask looks bad. It's not a great mask at all. But there are certain scenes, and this might just have to do with like the lighting and just the whole setup of that specific scene. But for example, in that opening sequence where he's in Jamie's bedroom and he appears in the mirror and then he sits up from underneath the bed. In that sequence, I personally think the mask looks really creepy and I feel like it works. And again, there are other aspects to that, like lighting and, just the whole atmosphere that probably helps it a little bit. But then there are later scenes like, for example, this scene where he kills Bucky, where he like kind of turns around and the mask looks a little goofy. So yeah, and I read that the mask was like, it was a whole thing on the set of this movie. People were arguing about the mask. It was an issue for sure. But yeah, I could not talk about it because typically when people talk about Halloween 4, they're like, yeah, it's a good movie, but the mask is terrible. And yeah, it is terrible. I don't think it's the worst one, however, and this might be a future video that I do where I rank the Michael Myers mask. It's definitely like down there, but it's not the worst in my humble opinion. There he is, just walking into this movie like a superhero, cane and everything, burnt up.
We're not talking about any ordinary prisoner, Hoffman. We are talking about evil on 2 legs.
I'm so glad that Donald Pleasance agreed to come back and to do these films. He's so, every time he's on the screen, it's so special.
Every day I remember.
I don't even want to talk over him.
I don't want anyone to have to live through that night again.
I see, thank you. Apparently there was an accident just south of...
Look at his face, he knows.
Loomis.
He knows. And he's on it. He's so quick. And they treat Loomis so poorly throughout these films. Like, no one believes him, they're pranking him later, thinking he's crazy, like some just crazy old man who doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, he looks a bit crazy, but he's like the heart and soul of these movies for me. Oof. Damn. The whole bandage look, I've always loved that look on Michael. It's only in like that first scene and then that scene right there where he kills like the mechanic. I know it's like a sin to not have Michael in his mask. Trust me, I know. But it would be cool if we saw a little bit more of him bandage face. Oh my God, because that look is so creepy. This is the best shot of the film in my opinion. Right here. Oh my God. I can't even talk over this scene. It's too good.
If you want another victim, take me. Leave those people in peace, Michael. God damn you.
Halloween 4 turns into a goddamn full-blown action film at this point. Look at Loomis! Damn, it's so good.
Needs wear a stupid costume. That's because every day is Halloween at Jamie's house, right, Jamie? Because your uncle's the boogeyman.
These kids, I swear.
How come your mom didn't make you a costume, Jamie? How could you? Your mom is dead, Jamie.
Damn.
Oh, Jamie's an orphan.
Oh my god. No. No. If that was my kid getting bullied like that, those kids would not live to trick or treat another day.
I hate kids.
You remember Lindsay, don't you? Hi, James. You ready for some ice cream?
So I know a lot of like people think that's supposed to be Lindsay from the original 1978 Halloween, but I believe it was Dwight H. Little, the director of this movie, who kind of confirmed that it's not actually supposed to be that same character. It's just kind of supposed to be an homage to John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween. Because I know there's like another character later who's supposedly Tommy, like the little boy from 78 in the store here in a moment. It's not actually supposed to be Tommy Doyle. Just kind of like referencing the original. This guy. Her daddy don't scare me. Classic Halloween 4 moment. I've literally seen shirts that say "F off Wade." I kind of want one, honestly. Also, I have to mention this town that's supposed to be Haddonfield. So this movie was filmed in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was so perfect. That was such a genius idea because this town is so beautiful, and just how like in the original it was California that was Haddonfield. John Carpenter transformed it into Haddonfield. And in this one, and I believe 5 and 6 as well, it's Salt Lake City, Utah. I can believe that is the same town because they both have that feeling. It's kind of an indescribable feeling. It's Haddonfield, you know? It's spooky, it's cold, dark, wet, just perfect Midwestern town. Oh, this breaks my heart so much. Seriously, f those kids. And this, one of the most strange, unique, but incredible interactions in the Halloween franchise. The license plate says, Amen. Reverend Sayer. Sort of. Both crazy as hell. Both hunting evil. Also, that's Old Man Withers from Wayne's World.
And I would have got away with it too if it hadn't been for you snooping kids.
And the old guy in the bar from The Wedding Singer.
Sounds like a country song.
Would you like a drink?
Dr. Loomis doesn't smile very much in these movies, so any time that he smiles is just, it's so wholesome. Also, where is the sequel where we're following Dr. Loomis and Reverend Sayer? I need that in my life, like now.
Who's the new sheriff? I am. Oh, Sheriff Meeker.
Meeker. I like Sheriff Meeker a lot. He's a good inclusion because he's a little bit dismissive at first, but he's a little quicker at believing Loomis than others have been in the past.
Hi, Rachel. Hi. A little clown?
Brady, you are busted. This is where Jamie gets separated from Rachel. Also, isn't she going off with the same little kid who made fun of her dead f***ing mom earlier?
That clown costume's really cool. Jamie's mommy's a mommy.
I just got pissed off.
Oh, really? Well, I'll just let you get back to his hot pants.
Rachel!
Jamie, are you coming in or what?
Kelly, put on some f***ing pants when you're answering the door for little children. I don't know what I'm saying. This character doesn't put on pants for the rest of the film. This is another angle, another element to the story that I really love. The townsfolk going after Michael. Because, of course, we find out in a second Michael slaughtered the entire police station. You haven't got a police boss?
What's going down? Where we going, Earl? We're going to bed.
Goddamn, Earl. I mean, honestly, let them have their fun.
Something? He's been here.
How do you know?
God damn it, Michael. Fear dog in the Halloween movies, you are not safe. You are not safe. Killed a dog in the first one. Good old Lester. Poor Sunday in this one. Poor Max in the fifth one. However, a jump scare dog from the beginning of Halloween 2 made it out alive, so consider yourself lucky.
Hey, you! This city property. No trespassing.
This is a great sequence.
Don't try that Halloween shit with me.
Don't you try that Halloween shit with me.
I'm on the telephone.
Okay, that's the shot that I was talking about before. That looks a little goofy. This was always weird to me.
Is that him? Is that him? Yes.
But very, very creepy, I think.
Loomis.
See a cop.
Loomis is like freaking the out right now.
Hey, don't shoot! Oh, that was great. You thought I was kidding you. You all right, Doc? Come on, we'll get to the station.
Poor Loomis. He's gonna have a heart attack. That's a really cool shot too, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Okay, and here we have the discovery of the police station. I've heard some people say that it would have been cooler if we had seen Michael killing everybody in this police station here. Think like Halloween 6 operating room massacre. But I don't know. I feel like for this film, it really wouldn't have fit. I think it was the right choice to not show that. I don't really think they needed to show it, personally.
It was Michael Myers. He's come home to kill.
Gonna fry his ass.
Yeah. Go ahead, Earl.
You just created a lynch mob. You haven't got a police force.
Here comes Earl and the boys, ready to save the day, except not really.
Shit, Earl. It's Ted Hollister.
Goddamn, poor Ted Hollister. Justice for Ted Hollister, justice for Ben Tramer.
Rachel, take your sister upstairs.
Well, this is awkward.
I didn't know you and Brady had anything, okay? You knew. Why is it up to what men want, Rachel? Or Brady won't be the last man you lose to another woman. Have some coffee.
The sound effect of the coffee was really weird. Also, Kelly still doesn't have pants on. Guess it doesn't really matter though. Her time has come.
I thought you might like some coffee.
This is a great death. God damn. Even with everything, like even with the mask looking goofy in certain sequences, you can't deny the brutality of Michael in this. And honestly, all the kills are awesome. Brady's death here coming up soon. Easily top 5, if not top 3.
Deputy Logan?
Great scream.
Another key?
I don't know.
Metal! God damn it, it's metal!
What does that mean?
I'm trapped in this house.
This scene is so f***ing good. I don't care if you hate this movie. You can't deny this scene is so f***ing good. Because there's this beautiful window. You see, so reminiscent of Bob's death from the original. With the blue lighting and everything. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, Brady, you were a dick, but you tried. In your final moments, you tried. Damn. Oh, the sounds here. Oh my god. Sorry guys, that deserves a clap. And this whole sequence right here with Rachel and Jamie trying to escape Myers, the tension, it's so perfect. They really did an amazing job making you feel the dread of this entire situation. And I believe the original script, there was an explosion because I think the house caught on fire. So when they were doing this, there was supposed to be just like flames all around them. Of course, they couldn't do it because of budget reasons. Oh my, it's so scary. And it's even worse because we care about these characters at this point. At this point, as an audience, we are invested and we want them to get out of it. I'm just thinking about Rachel's fate in Halloween 5 and I'm starting to get upset. Also in a moment here, we get pink-faced Myers. We get blonde Myers. And it is insane. Okay, Billy Idol. So basically, I guess the story behind that was just that they f***ed up. They were shooting late at night and they didn't realize that the mask was pink and it had blonde hair because they were tired or something like that. But how crazy is it that we get blonde Michael Myers, not just blonde, but pink-faced Michael Myers for like 2 seconds in a movie? I think about it far too often. Michael loves killing people with his hands in this one. It's really sick, it's really deranged and disgusting, and I love it. Rachel she's a badass. Looks a little weird there, a little, like stiff. I think he was wearing like padding. It doesn't even look like they're hitting him. He's just kind of dancing. But jokes aside, pretty gnarly ending to Michael in this. Now where it picks up in 5 with Myers, I mean, we'll get to it. Now here is the iconic shock ending of Halloween 4. Oh dear. This freaked me out so much as a kid. Oh. Jesus Christ. So that was Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. First of all, I want to ask you guys what you think about the ending to this movie. Because I know it's a little, I don't want to say controversial, maybe, but I know that there are a lot of like mixed opinions on it. For me, I personally think it's awesome and a pretty good shock. Like, I can only imagine, like, for audiences back in '88, how much of a shock that was to see little Jamie like that. However, I will say I am glad that they did not go down that route for the next one. Now, I don't personally like part 5 all that much, but at least Michael is still the villain in it, and, you know, he doesn't have like little Jamie being his like little evil assistant or anything. I just don't think that would have worked if they went that way, personally. But I don't know, I've always loved Halloween 4. Issues aside, and it's mainly just the mask. I will say my only real issue with this movie is the mask, and that's only in certain scenes. I think, like I said earlier in the video, it kind of looks creepy and kind of cool in certain moments. Like if the lighting is right and if the tension is right, it looks cool, but it is too plain looking and kind of goofy. I do think Halloween 4 is a solid entry in the franchise though. Amazing Halloween fall atmosphere, really good, interesting characters, awesome kills, like awesome brutal kills in this one, and really cool shocking ending. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching it with me. Please let me know in the comments what you think about Halloween 4. And now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I had made a little list of movies that I haven't seen before that I thought would maybe make good first time reactions for the channel. Now, please feel free to suggest more in the comments. I will definitely read them and definitely consider them if I haven't seen them. But yeah, I literally have a list right here. So, and remember, these are movies that I have not seen before. The Fly, so David Cronenberg's The Fly. I'm actually kind of surprised that I haven't seen this before. I'm a fan of Cronenberg. I love Videodrome, I love Scanners, Crash. I've never seen The Fly. The Blob, I have the 80s version on my list, but I haven't seen the original either. Night of the Creeps. I'm very surprised that I haven't actually seen Night of the Creeps. I know it has Tom Atkins, the Tom Atkins, and I know that it is directed by Fred Dekker, I believe, who directed The Monster Squad. And you know me, Monster Squad is so important to me. I love The Monster Squad. So, Night of the Creeps, Popcorn, Silver Bullet, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now I will say I have seen parts of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I put it on actually one night to like fall asleep to it, but I kind of started to get into it and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty cool, but then I fell asleep. And I always said like, okay, one day I really need to give it the attention it deserves. The Night House, Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin, Don't Breathe, The Howling, Inside, Oculus, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. So yeah, that's my little list of movies that I haven't seen that I was thinking maybe might make good first time reactions for the channel. Please let me know in the comments what you think of those, and of course suggest more. Also, I wanted to say, I don't know how many of you guys are watching the new Chucky series. I know that they're in production right now for season 2. I watched all of season 1 and I really enjoyed it. I'm somebody who likes the Child's Play Chucky movies, at least the first like 4 of them, like everything up until Bride of Chucky. Everything after Bride of Chucky I'm not the biggest fan of, even though Curse of Chucky was pretty good. But everything else I'm just not a huge fan of. So I was surprised how much I liked season 1 of Chucky, and surprised how much I thought it just worked so well as a series, and I found myself getting attached to the characters and I was like, wow. So I don't know how interested you guys would be once the new season comes out if I did kind of like weekly reactions to the new episodes of Chucky. Please let me know what you think of that. I'm gonna watch the show regardless because I really enjoy it. Please let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments. And yeah, just thank you so much for your continued support. Have a good rest of your day or evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.